folk and tribal art that is practiced by one of the largest tribes in India, the Gond. The word Gond means the Green Mountain, and the Gond people decorate the walls of their houses with paintings of animals and plants. The artists use colors from materials they find outside. And what makes Gond art unique is that they use charcoal, colored soil leaves, and even cow dung. The art is created by putting together dots, dashes, and lines. Our learning target for today is I can learn about line and pattern so that I can create a Gond line drawing of an animal. I'll know I have it when I have filled the space with various lines, dots, and dashes. One thing to note about the Gond drawings is that they are simple by design. The animals that they draw do not have many details, but have wide open spaces where the lines and patterns can be drawn. You are welcome to use these guides. I have a fish or a bird for you in a traditional Gond style. Or if you would like to create your own animal drawing, just remember it needs to be done with simple lines and have plenty of open space to add lines inside. I decided to draw a fish for my Gond art, and you'll notice that the fish is a little bit unusually shaped, but the focus is on the lines and patterns on the inside. Take a look at how this was created, and then create your own. To get started, you'll need a piece of paper and a Sharpie, or a marker or pencil will work as well. You're going to begin by putting a finger in the middle of the paper and then going directly off to the side of that near the edge of the paper. Draw a curved line for the top part of the head. Then go towards the opposite side of the paper and put a diagonal line across from the corner of the paper. I'm now connecting the body of the fish to connect to the base of the tail. And you'll notice the shape is not really detailed. It really could look all sorts of ways. I'm going to add some fins, which are basically like rainbows, and more fins that are like the letter U. Pause this at any time to catch up. I know it's fast. You'll notice for the tail, I just drew a simple line from the very end, and then a curved line off the top of that, connecting it to the body. Right now, my fish kind of looks like he's grumpy with that big bottom lip, but I'm not going to worry about that. The main thing that I want to work on is adding the lines and patterns on the fish. Since I'm focusing on an art form that is based on dashes, dots, and lines, that's where I want my focus to be today. I'm adding another arc inside the rainbow fins. I'm calling them rainbow fins by their shape, not by their color. But from here, I just need to be thinking about different kinds of lines. You'll notice I'm starting at one end of the fish, and I'm going to work my way to the tail, creating different lines. I'm going to speed the video up a little bit because some of it takes a little bit long for me to think about what I want to draw. Just remember, you want to focus on adding dashes, dots, and lines so that you are also practicing how the Gond would create their paintings. Is complete and full of dashes and lines and dots and patterns and designs, it's time to add some color. If you have markers and crayons, it would be great to pull those out to add the color to this fish. If you don't have those things, that's okay. Color your fish any way you can with whatever you have at home. If you do have markers and crayons, I want to encourage you to go over your dark lines with marker, and then we're going to add in crayon after we've put some marker down. The marker will stand out even though we color crayon on top of it, and it has a really cool effect. Again, I'm going to speed up my video so that you have more time to work on your own away from the screen. With the marker portion complete, I'm ready to add some crayon. Notice that the markers went over all of the black lines, and now the crayons are going to fill in the larger spaces. You'll see I'm matching the crayons to the markers. Anywhere where I colored the green marker, I want to add green crayon as well. So take a minute and find the crayons that are going to match the markers as close as possible. There's no need to be exact. A little contrast will be really interesting. Once you've found your crayons, you're going to color over those spaces and watch your fish or your bird or whatever animal you've created become very colorful. Now that our animal is colorful and full of lines and patterns, it's time to add a background. For those of you that use crayon, you can simply turn a crayon on its side, peel the paper off, and gently rub the crayon onto the paper. I'm going to do something like that, but because I really love how the marker stands out, I'm going to add in a few more lines. This is an optional part of our project, but for those of you that like to really finish off your artwork with a special touch, this would certainly be it. I'm making my lines on the background not too dark, but just dark enough. You certainly don't need to do the same thing I'm doing. You create your own background and then show me what you've made. I'm going to speed it up one last time before we say goodbye for today. I'm so excited to see your finished Gond project full of lines and patterns and dashes and designs. Don't forget to take a picture of it and turn it in on Google Classroom.